A few a few days ago, I was speaking with my spiritual director about Ascension Sunday, and I was very honest with him. For somebody that has studied for many years theology and scripture, who has been formed in seminary to become a deacon, and who has lived as a faithful Catholic for 65 years, I have very little to say about the ascension of the Lord. You see, I know what the birth and life and death and resurrection of the Lord means to me. But when it comes to the ascension, I struggle to find a relevance in my daily life. Now, this is the kind of comment that gets your spiritual director excited, especially when it comes from a deacon. So he sat me down and for the next 45 minutes helped me to see why the ascension is so important for us Christians, as important as the death and resurrection of the Lord. Now, I don't have 45 minutes to share. I know that we have First Communion and we might be having parties after Mass, so I'm going to keep it short. But what I'm going to do is I am going to offer you just the heart of what my spiritual director told me, in the hope that you come to understand the beauty and the importance of this moment in the life of the church. All begins, believe it or not, with a hug. Now, if you recall on Easter Sunday, when Jesus first appeared to Mary Magdalene, she reached out to embrace him. And the gospel tells us that Jesus pulled back and said to her, "Do not hold to me, because I have not yet ascended to my Father." That comment directly connects that moment to this celebration. Now, in today's gospel, we see, in today's first reading, we see two men dressed in white telling the apostles, "Men of Galilee, why are you looking at the sky?" And if you remember back in Easter, there were also two men at the tomb who told the women, "He is not here, he has risen." In both cases, the disciples are searching for Jesus. And in both cases, they are told that he is no longer to be found in the way they expect. Do you see a pattern here? What began with "do not hold on to me," today becomes "go and make disciples." Mary Magdalene and the apostles wanted Jesus back the way they knew him. They were holding on to an image of Jesus that belonged to the past. The teacher who walked with them, who healed, who preached, who was physically present with them. Even today, we hear in the reading, "Lord, are you at this time going to restore the kingdom of Israel?" They are still thinking in earthly terms. But Jesus is moving them forward. His ascension is not a goodbye, but is a transformation of how he will be present in the world from now on. His time on earth, his physical way, has come to an end. And now begins the time of the church. This is not a time to hold on. This is not a time to stand looking at the sky. This is a time to go, to preach, to baptize, to live the vocation they were given. What does all this have to do with us today? Well, I will argue everything. Because we, as the apostles, will always receive the change the Lord is inviting us to embrace. Some things must end so that new things can begin. We lose, we gain, we grow, and we cannot spend our lives wishing things could stay the same. We see these all around us in this season. Some families are preparing to send their children to college. Others are watching their children graduate and begin their own lives. Some are preparing for marriage. Others are preparing to receive children in their families. Today we have 7 children joining the church, not joining the church, but receiving the Eucharist for the first time. Those moments are beautiful, but they're not easy because they require letting go of what we have and embracing something new. And we resist that. Just like Mary wanted to hold on to Jesus, to what he was. Just like the apostles kept looking for a sign that things will stay the same. We too struggle with change. We have experienced this in this parish. See, 3 years ago, we said goodbye to a pastor who had been here for nearly 35 years and welcomed a new pastor. That was painful for many of us. It was a moment of great loss, but it was a moment of great gain also. Just look at where we are right now. We're entering a new chapter with the rebuilding of our sanctuary and facilities. Our parish is growing, is changing. We are becoming more diverse. When you read today's bulletin, you will discover that the Archbishop has assigned 2 more deacons to this church, a permanent deacon and a transitional deacon that will become a priest, God willing, in a year. Later today, we will be celebrating for the first time here at St. Michael's a ceremony called a presentación, which is a beautiful tradition for Hispanic culture. The Lord is moving this parish to the new chapter of our history. This is what the Ascension looks like in real life. The Lord telling us, do not hold on to what was. Do not keep looking back. Move forward. Embrace the mission. The Ascension invites us to ask, where is the Lord taking me now? What is He asking me to do today? Because that is how we discover our vocation. My brothers and sisters, the Ascension is not about losing Jesus. It's about discovering where He is now. Not in the past, not far away, not out of reach, but alive in His church, in this building, in His sacrament, and in you. So, don't hold on to yesterday. Don't stand still. Step into what God is doing next and let the same Lord who ascended into heaven continue His work through you. This is how the church lives. This is how we fulfill our own vocation. And it is how saints are made, which, by the way, is the goal of every good spiritual director that I know. God bless you, my brothers and sisters.